Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we're looking at the deluxe class Red Alert from Age of the Primes. Just came out. Wait, what's that? I'm reading here that this is a Voyager. Okay, yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at the figure. And for those people who don't know everything about Transformers, this guy is from Armada. Taking a look at his back here, he's pretty animation accurate with some cool specialty Autobot symbols and a bunch of transparent plastic on his back. And you know what I'm trying to say is this guy looks nice. One thing that I keep on accidentally doing, it's a really weird, I guess, QC issue. His back heels just like don't click in all the way, and they're just like they're sticking out like 5 degrees or something. It's a little annoying. I don't know if that's like a widespread issue. I've not really seen anyone else talk about that. And another oddity is you can rotate these. Maybe this happened in the anime and I don't remember. I've actually never finished Armada. It never really grabbed me. I guess I was like 18 when I tried to watch it. Anyway, let's take a closer look at that head sculpt. And he definitely gives off like a Power Rangers vibe, or I've heard a lot of people say RoboCop, but it captures his personality at the very least. And he does have some great light piping. I like light piping when it's done right, and with this guy, it is. It's not too intrusive or anything. Oh yeah, and I didn't even notice this until now, but his headlights are actually transparent, which is pretty sick. All right, son, it's time we have the talk. Articulation time. So his head's pretty good. It's on a ball joint. It can go up a little bit. His shoulders can swivel, go out. All the regular stuff. His elbows can go like all the way in, if that makes any sense. And oh man, it's hard to see on camera. But another weird issue is there's a lot of marks on his forearm. And they really look like stress marks. I don't know if it's swirling in the plastic or a fatigued piece that might break in the future. All right, let's get back. So we got the hand swivel, which is pretty good. Other arm can't swivel. Beautiful spread, of course. Same with all the other Armada figures. He has a waist, but it's weird. Thigh swivel. His knees are interesting, to say the least. And then his toes do all of those delicious toe things you would want. Oh my god. All right, now let's talk about accessories, because that's like the one thing that justifies his price. Well, besides he looks freaking awesome. So you can take any of these off, and there's 3 storage spots for all of his little accessories. This one's kind of tricky to get to, but hey, it's there. I appreciate it. And here are all of the little, I don't even know, barrels, I guess. I just gotta say, I really appreciate weapon storage, because I'm tired of people losing stuff secondhand. Oh yeah, just to show you, here are all of his guns. That's like the standard one. That's like the taser looking one. And, you know, I had the machine gun one on him earlier. And much to everyone's dismay, he does not have the mammary cannon gimmick, but he does have his other gun, which, oh, I appreciate so much. Look at this. Shoulder cannon. Earlier, I sounded like such a simp. I was like, oh, Mistress Hasbro, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anyway, it is cool that they put the cannon on the guy. And if you want, you can take it off. You can see it's kind of weird looking back here, but whatever. Just rip it straight off and plug it into his one hand. I forgot to mention, promotional artwork, this guy had 2 hands, and in reality, he only has 1. That's kind of annoying. I don't miss it that much. It's just kind of false advertising. And it's tradition with these Armada figures, but let's do a size comparison, especially because this guy is kind of a weird size. He's really tiny. I'll just bring out Bumblebee. You can see we're already off to a weird start because Bumblebee is so small. Here's the other Voyager. And honestly, Plastic Mass, I think Red Alert has Starscream beat here, so we'll give him a pass. Megatron's, it's a little iffy, I don't know. I mean, it's not a fair comparison, but he looks like a core class next to Optimus. It's so bad. And okay, we're just being silly now. All right, come on, get that out of here. Get that out of here. All right, let's just move on to the transformation. It's pretty cool. You got to take off all the accessories and fiddle with them for about 100 years. Flip his head in, which I really like this part. It feels very secure. Flip it in, tuck that down. Got to flip this part out. It kind of reminds me of the Bayverse Ratchet. And then put these arms in, which they're super stiff. I forgot to mention that. They are like, you need to be a strong man to move these things. Flip the doors. I like this. It's like almost shell former, but it has enough moving parts to where it doesn't feel boring or anything like that. All right, and we are ready to fold them up. This part's kind of weird. I'm sure everyone has their own method for this. I like to go doors first and then line everything up. Make sure these are connected as two arms, and then kind of put these in at an angle, get everything snapped together. It is very satisfying to finally put together. Look at that. Definitely reminds me of a Bayverse figure. And shockingly, I mean that as a compliment. But look at that. That is a beautiful, I don't know, attack ambulance, I guess. And I love when Transformers, like the primary color disappears in vehicle mode. Like he was a blue Power Rangers looking guy a minute ago, and now he's a little white ambulance. That's so nice. To my little monkey brain at the very least. And oh yeah, look at that bottom. That is such a clean undercarriage. Just like your mother. It can roll super well. Just another bonus, pinned on wheels. And you can still whip the cannon out if you need to like put down your patience or something. I don't know. I've not taken a breath in like an hour. So yeah, this is a really great vehicle mode. It just has a really nice, solid feel, kind of like a classic figure. Honestly, pretty good update to the original toy, I think. And just for funsies, because he really crunches together, gets really compact. Why don't we bring out Bumblebee just to show? Yeah, he got a lot smaller. Kind of apples and oranges, but you get the idea. Oh yeah, when transforming him back, I have a little trick for you guys. So you're probably going to think to use your nail, but you're going to scratch the paint. I say move this little arm up until it, boom, pops open. You can just yank his head right out. Maybe that only works for my copy. And look at that, 7 minutes and we're already done. That's not to say this is a bad figure at all. I actually really like this guy. And I don't know, he kind of captures that magic of the older figures to me. Granted, you're going to pay for that. This guy is like $35. What the crap? I don't know. I picked him up at Target and literally it was like, I think day one release. He rang up for like $18 or something weird. And it wasn't like a discount. You know, at Target, the total will show up as red if it's a discount. But for me, it rang up as black, which means it's like the actual price in the system. I don't know if that's a mistake, if it's still going on or what. I think, $20 is a pretty good price, deluxe price. I don't know, 30, 35 is pretty rough in my opinion. That's pretty steep. However, he does have a lot of accessories for a modern figure. He has inserted windows and really, really clean, numerous paint applications. That was a weird sentence, wasn't it? So I do feel like 35 is a really steep price, but if you get him, you're getting a good product. I didn't really show it off too much, but his arms are pretty stiff, and it actually made posing him for like my little photo shoots pretty hard. So I didn't take too many pictures. I'll put on my whiny millennial pants or something. I don't know. I'm just curious about the longevity of this guy. Maybe I'll do an update in a couple years. Spoilers, I'm probably not. But I don't know. I'm a little worried that his arms might break off or something. At least his white plastic won't yellow. How you doing, HasLab RID Ultra Magnus? Anyway, if you can find this guy for a slight discount, I definitely recommend him. I've really enjoyed him so far. Besides the slight stiffness. Real quick side note, I am so excited for the new Armada Sideways. I really hope he gets the same treatment as this guy. I don't know. I think it's one of the cooler and more unique designs that came out of the show. And the original toy is pretty great, probably one of the best in the line, but his, I think, crosswise face just does not capture the right vibe. I don't know. He feels more kind of buff and like rugged in the show. In the actual toy, he feels really like dumpy or something. But I feel like his proportions were pretty easy to capture. I don't know. I'm really giddy about it for some reason. Anyway, this has been Ian, and remember to keep your white plastic out of UV light.